So I woke up the other day and I wanted to play some Minecraft. So I got on my laptop and oh my god, the shelves are on Java. Now I've actually played it on Bedrock, but it's Bedrock, so ew. So I'm going to be showcasing some unique structures and build ideas that I have utilized the shelves for in Java. So without further ado, I think we should get on with the show. I think first of all, I need to go over what the shelves actually are. These are blocks. No duh. But they can hold up to 3 items in them. And they have a unique redstone state as well. These are basically known as vertical slabs by anyone who plays the game because they practically are, because Mojang refuses to add them still. So I gave myself the task of using the shelves in very unique ways. And I did find a lot of unique ways, as shown by this very, very long... It goes even in the distance, you see. That's very long. Well, you might not know actually how to craft this, because not many people actually go over this when I see their videos. You need 3 stripped oak logs on the top and on the bottom, basically like a bookshelf without the books. And then you got yourself this. And you don't just have to do it in oak, as you see, because they have every wood variant, even the bamboo. So without wasting more time, let's get into the unique shelf build hacks. Starting off with a very simple wall with a painting. It's very good for the design of a skirting board, which I believe is what it's called in the UK. I'm not sure about anywhere else in the world. And as you can see here, I'm using the redstone state because I think it looks the best rather than just this. I mean, yes, this also looks good, but I prefer it as in big chunks. Now, another wall design I've designed is this, including arches, as you can see in the build. These are very good for transitioning arch builds from pillars, and very good as skirting boards, as seen there. It's good here as well. The copper golem also makes his appearance, as we'll do multiple times in the video. Now, I did actually design another one, and I might have got a bit carried away. This one is using the birch shelves and sandstone, which work really well together. If you find the correct pairing of blocks where they fit really well together, you will get good results. Just like using jungle on top of here as an accent block. They're really good for banisters, as you see, and I do accidentally place them all the time inside of each other. Look. It's annoying, but it's just something we've got to deal with from now on. Now with these arches, you can create very circular things. And I realised halfway through doing this, you can just create it with trapdoors on the sides instead. But it doesn't look as circular for some reason. Like, this looks more circular. Then you can go one step further into floating and making it more 3D. And then you could go a third step further and create a floating tire that ties onto like a tree or a balcony of some kind. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, and you can also get really creative with how you make circles. Moving swiftly on, we've got this bar scene. Hey, look at this. Having a quick chug from the drinks in the bag. Sips. And I'm serving customers now. You better be thankful, otherwise get out. The bar stools include shelves. So does the table include shelves. So does the walls and the barriers. And yeah, literally, they're good for creating furniture, walls, more furniture, ceilings maybe. Going on a bit more about furniture and tables and chairs, we've got IKEA! Tables, table designs and whatnot. How can I make this go further? And I thought about it. You can make them in so many different shapes and colours, including trapdoors as well to make like a billiards table, which then inspired me to make a pool table. The shelves help stuff make them feel more of the subject of a wall, if you get what I'm getting on. And you can even create furniture that hangs against the wall. As you see here, we've got window designs and bookshelf designs and even a grandfather clock design. Just to show how versatile these new shelf blocks are. And of course, Dennis. And of course, you can go through paintings using them. We've also got some lamp designs using these shelf blocks, such as the bamboo one that fits really well with scaffolding. And this one, which gives it more of like an edge to it. Look, okay, I'm not the best at explaining stuff, so I'm trying my best. IKEA is all in well, but what about vehicles? Well, I thought about that, and my, have I delivered. Let's check out these vehicles outside, starting with the car. As you see, the headlights are still here, and on the back as well, we've got just a connected bumper in the back. Now, with this, I didn't actually originally design this myself. It's actually created by someone called The Gaming Crew with their video on how to build an F1 car in Minecraft. All I did was tweak the design. I'll link that video in the description so you can go watch it yourself and have fun with that one. The design of it is really cool and it makes it more, you know, realistic proportions rather than it just being blocky. It actually adds curves to the car, which is what they're kind of like in real life. Now this motorbike isn't by me either. Hello, Copper Golem. He's just sitting down having a ride. This pink one originally wasn't pink. It was actually orange and was designed by Diamond's Raider on his tutorial on his Minecraft motorbike. I'll leave that as well in the description below. And I would say this is more of a moped anyway. Now that we've seen cars, what about caskets? Morbid, yes. This little guy is also in here. And a dead tree, using some of the walls as to make the trunk thicker. You know how we like thick things over here. Now, moving on to some bridge ideas. Floating ones, suspension bridges, whatever you want to do with these bridges. They're really good for like crossing mountains or like the jungle, for instance. Jungle trees. You could wave this in between jungle trees and it will look cool. And then you can walk across it and then you can see stuff. And you've also got this one, maybe for the nether. It's a bit wider than this one because, I mean, who doesn't like having a massive bridge all to themselves? Anvils. Look, look at the design of this one from the side, and then look at that. It kind of reminds me of an anvil. Like, they're similar shapes. And talking about anvils, I did use some here, but I first attempted to create train tracks using these, which don't work because they do not connect. Moving on to this train design on the anvils. It's a cart design I made for a train. It looks really good, I would say. It's the first time I've ever done something like this, and honestly, the shelves add like all the details and make it look not flat. Like how trapdoors and signs work. You make it a build not flat. And we've got some people in here as well, because the shelves work as chair backs, which are pretty good. And you've got some copper golems here. They broke the seats because they're fat. So we've just put them on the floor for now. And also for the front of the train, the part the smoke comes out of, you can have this. Because it looks good. So we all know trains make smoke. But what can smoke be used for? Well, if you're using a campfire, you can use it on a beehive. This is a beehive and actually implements the use of putting items in the shelf block. I've put black banners in here to create the various holes that you do find in a normal beehive. And item frames just for like the big holes, just like this one. I think this is a neat design for a beehive. And it uses the aspects of the shelves. As you see, you have a basketball court with this little guy trying to throw a basketball. We've got the shelves on the backstop. Because, I don't know, I was just trying to create stuff and this is what I thought of. Realistically, it shouldn't work as well as it actually does. Like, it actually looks really good. And this guy has been practicing for a year for basketball, hoping to get on the team. He sucks at the game, so that's why he's not invited to next year's party. Fun fact, there was fish in this little aquarium, but they died. As you see, we have two exits that are blacked out because you don't need to see them. And you've got, well, basically a roof skirting board. If that's even the correct terminology, I don't know. But you can see it's going on here to keep, like, kind of divide the wall from the roof, which is what I like. And the aquarium, which divides the glass from the actual base and the roof of the aquarium. Using nice pale oak I don't use this often, and it's a really good block. As I mentioned before, I used pillars in one of the first couple builds, and I, well, mentioned it as archers. This is using actual pillars. This is what I mean. Look at this. This is lovely. Like, this build is really superb, and I really do love it. The centerpiece is cool. The cherry tree, I built that by hand. Also, this artwork is really nice because I've utilized the back of the birch shelf having its own texture. Oh, and they do actually have unique textures to all of them. Did I not show that? Hold on, give me a second. These are all the unique shelf backs to them, you know. Look at them. They're all unique to themselves. The white one is really good. So the bamboo's alright. It is really good. I love this. The dark oak is alright. It kind of reminds me of the trapdoor. The birch is nice, and so is the oak. They are very similar, those ones. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, as I was saying, look at how these border the paintings and make them stand out through the entirety of the wall. And this place is so tall. And I like the ceiling. And oh, also up here, they're really good for just barriers. How did you get in there? They're pretty good for just separating two sections of a build. That's what they're really good for. And they just add more depth to a build overall. And just overall, the build is really good. And you think I'm falling over this one, you should see the next one. The construction site. My. This one is better in every way possible. Like with the truck, for instance. Look at the design of this truck. It is so good. Like being able to have more design choices with the walls. Because look at them. Look at them. Amazing. It looks like a logo, or like a logo that, like Coca-Cola or something that goes across. It would be red instead, but you know what I mean. Or white across red. But now when walking in, you'll first of all notice that the walls are literally made of shelves and trapdoors. Because, I mean, it's really good for just using thinner walls on offset of your normal block. It's really good. Especially when creating stuff like this. You can also use it for vehicles. As you see, this pickup truck is holding a lot of stuff. So I thickened the back of the pickup truck with custom chests. And don't tell me these sounds do not sound amazing. You've got this little here. You've got this here as a design for a chair with an arms this time. It works really well just for like a small chair. Or if you want to go fancier, you could just have it like that for a big chair. It doesn't matter. It works either way. You can see a lot of shelves around here for this section here and on the bottom. And for this table design here with the skull. And who's peed in the corner? I can't trust any of you. Jeez. Alright, whoever peed in the corner, I'm gonna find you one day. But yeah. Oh, and the crane! Oh, do I even need to get onto the crane? Look at this, look at this. This looks like a submarine kind of attachment to it. But it's still cool nonetheless. Like, it adds just the extra details onto the sides. It's really good. And a unique triangular design. Who would have thought? This is so unique. I haven't seen anyone do this before, because before you didn't have vertical blocks like this. Of course you had trapdoors, but if you trap the door, there's a massive gap in between them. So I thought, why not create a crane with the triangular design? And it works really well. And it feels like you're actually on a crane. It's a shame that shaders aren't on this, you know, because it's a snapshot. Everything would look so good. The lighting will go off so well. And it just makes everything look more detailed. But I can make it nighttime. Just looking at all of this, you can see everywhere I've used the shelves and how every part of them is different to each other because they for different things. Oh, and I didn't really get into this much, but this is just containers. This is a fountain design. It's smushed in between two things, but I'll get to that in a minute. Um, this is very cool. It kind of looks like it's creating ripples in the water. That was an accident, I swear. I just meant it as like a water feature, but it looks like ripples in the water. Now, moving on to some more furniture, I thought let's take this down a notch because I've done a lot of big builds. So I thought, why not go with something simple? So I decided to do a piano. Yeah, and it looks really cool. Oh, hello, Dennis. Please love a chicken, yeah, we have no more. Please love a chicken, I'm a man of the stars. Please love a chicken, I'm a na 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 na. Ooh, I'm a sister for a da da. That was really good. And I've also used the shelves for this nice window design and also for the back of this chair. This piano overall, probably like a 10 out of 10. This is a really good piano design. Also, if you want to know how I did the keys, it's using dragon heads. Moving swiftly on, I decided to go big again because I got a bit carried away. And I've got myself a lovely sandcastle. Fitted in with nice water features, featuring cattails and lily pads, cactus and some palm trees. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, don't it look lovely? Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now you can save £50 per person. That's £200 for a family of 4. Now, finally, this is one of the last things I built because it's a lot of stuff to build, okay, with shelves. But this is quite unique as it's a whole flipping restaurant. Step on in, step on in. Welcome to Grazer's. It's a nice American style diner on the inside. This is one of the first things I thought of when they released these shelves. Also, using the shelves as the switching pattern between the black and the white on the actual walls itself. It looks really cool. Like the checker pattern is it's there. It adds to it. It adds to the build. And yes, don't forget I did include the toilet. I kind of got lazy by the end of this. Also, on the outside, you have an abundance of the shelf blocks on the pillars. Again, being good for pillars. Oh, and we've got a custom AC unit in the back. You know how it is. You know how it is. Look at it. Looks so cool. Oh, again, using this as a fence design. Just like in my construction build over there. I used it as a good fence design. Basically because it's a good fence. Look at it. It works really well as for this establishment. Overall, I think these unique shelf build hacks aren't really build hacks. They're just basically showcasing what I've done over the duration of a couple days. Yes, this took me a couple days to produce. I know. Poor me. Yeah, poor you for having to deal with this. But these are just, I guess they're build hacks. I don't know. But they're just showcasing what you can do. From foliage to bees to construction sites, walls and furniture and fountains and pianos and chickens and lava chickens. All of this came together really well. However, guys, it is time for the end of the video because I've run out of ideas. Yeah, I know. I should get fired. But never mind that. It's the end. I've basically used the shelves as well as I can, and they're really good for block usage in builds and maybe redstone components if I was any good at redstone. So I would like to see you all later and have a good one. Bye.